Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today, we're going to again quickly go over some of the key points to make your English sound better. One thing that you can do almost immediately is to have a little more confidence and belief in yourself. Imagine the scenario. You're given a presentation which you have to present to your team members and colleagues. You get up on the podium and you begin to give your presentation. A few sentences into it, you begin to kind of stop and get a bit tongue-tied. And people are looking at you, and you're looking at them, and you begin to feel a bit uncomfortable. Let me explain a better way to do this. When you're presenting something with confidence, it's much better not to try to think too much about every word. If I'm presenting something about cars, and I say, for example, this new car, the Porsche 7617, is set to be driving to Glasgow to London tomorrow at 7 p.m. It sounds fluent, doesn't it? If I said, this car is a Porsche, immediately, everyone's going to look at me because they will hear that you've stopped talking. The truth of the matter is, though, that most people who are in your presentation, most people who are listening to presentations, really don't give you their full attention. You're getting maybe half of their attention. They're busy thinking, okay, what do I buy for dinner? My mum's birthday's coming up. I have my kids to take to school tomorrow, and then I have to go and buy new clothes. They're not really listening to you. But they will be listening to you if you stop. So if you say, oh yeah, this car is a you get everyone's attention because they'll stop thinking about what's for dinner tonight and they'll think, that person stopped. What's just happened there? Oh, maybe their English isn't good. But if you read the words incorrectly or just in a way that you think it should be read, very few people, except maybe the Skype English teacher sitting in your presentation, is going to notice. So, for example, if I said, I'm going to drive a Porsche tomorrow from Glasgow to London, nobody cares. Nobody will hear that, and certainly most people won't even hear that you've made a mistake. They might think, oh, that person has an accent, even if they haven't been listening to you. But they really won't be thinking about it. So it's better if you're giving a presentation at work, just to give that presentation as quickly, as promptly, as fast as possible, get it over and done with, and forget about it. Nobody likes doing them. Nobody has perfect presentation skills, so just do your best. Read fluently, read loudly, with confidence, and if you pronounce a word incorrectly, well, we all do that from time to time, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. The only time you do have to worry about things like that, if you're being recorded, number one, and number two is if you are perhaps in an IELTS exam or something like that, where your English is expected to be more or less perfect if you want to get a high mark. So that's point number one, confidence. The more confident you are, the better it will be. For example, imagine that you're Italian, okay, and you walk into a crowded room and you say, I want the ice cream. I want the ice cream. Where's the ice cream? I want the ice cream. Everybody knows what you want. They can hear what you're looking for, and they will tell you where it is and how to get it. But if you walk into a crowded room and very quietly you whisper to people, excuse me, I, ice cream, or people very quickly will be bored of listening to you and they'll think that you can't speak. So the Italian man with his strong accent and incorrect English gets what he wants quickly and nobody cares. And if someone happens to notice or remember that he has a strong accent, they would just laugh about it. Oh, did you see the Italian man? Yeah, he came in and he said, ice cream, ice cream. Well, it's better he does that than someone coming in who's not going to be remembered. People will remember the Italian man as being confident, whereas they'll remember the other person, ice cream, as being someone that maybe just happened to be in the room, but they don't remember what they asked. And why? Because the other person didn't make any impact in the room. So you see, sometimes confidence is better than having perfect English. It's like the child who says, give me the salt. He doesn't say please, he doesn't say thank you, he just says, give me the salt. But he gets what he wants quickly because everybody knows. But a child who says, likely, if I was around anyway, I'd be getting impatient very quickly, thinking, okay, yeah, what is it you want? I'm not sure I'd be so patient. So you see, confidence is a big deal. And even if you're not confident, just to speak loudly will get you what you want and will get you more respect than if you're not. So that's confidence. Number two is your breathing, and we've been over this many times before. If you breathe correctly, then you will find that you will sound more fluent. So, for example, if you're taking a big deep breath in, my name is Joseph and I'm here to give you a presentation today which no one else wanted to do. You can hear there as the words come out in my breath, I sound quite confident. But the problem is, of course, that if I stop and start a little bit, my name is Joseph and I'm here to give a presentation, nobody will remember what you're saying. Nobody will remember anything, in fact, because it'll be, what did that guy say? Oh, I don't know, he's new. Oh, really? Who cares? So your breathing is very important, and most of us, we breathe in, but we don't breathe out well. We live in a very stressed kind of environment. We breathe in, my name is Teacher Joseph. Hello, nice to meet you. And we hold our breath in our body, which is very, very stressful. So just take a moment to breathe in and push the breath out. And then work on adding sound to that breath without spaces. Right, moving on. Do you know, I was in an italki class yesterday. Oh, this was hilarious. And this woman appeared, okay, I can't remember the name. And her italki profile was clearly an adult woman. Because the name was in a different language, I wasn't able to really know too much about the background of the person. But anyway, she appeared on italki, and I said, "Hello, I'm Teacher Joseph. It's nice to meet you." And she said, "Oh, it's nice to meet you too. And here's your student." And she moves on to the screen, this child that looked about 6 years old. And I'm thinking, no, really, I don't teach children. It's very clear in my profile, I do not teach children. It's the last line of my profile, for goodness sake. Have you not read it? Of course, I would never say that. I'm very British, but this is what I'm thinking. And this child is kind of like waving a toy at me. And I'm thinking, no, really. And she said, "Shall I leave you alone with her?" And I said, "No, really no. I don't teach children." And she seemed quite shocked. And she said, "Oh, she's very adult." I said, "No, she's 6 years old." The only children I would teach is if I have a mother or a father who's taking regular lessons and they ask me, "Would you mind talking to my child?" I might agree, especially if the child is quite mature. But oh, don't present me with a 6-year-old waving toys at me. Oh no, no. I don't know how other teachers can do that online. I would have thought for children, they would need to be with other children and women, I don't know, writing things and playing with toys. But it's something that I don't do. So please don't book lessons for children. And if you are going to do that, at least tell me in advance so I'm prepared. If the child is 15, maybe 16, I might agree, but I don't teach anybody younger. I need people who I can have a sensible conversation with. This is a recurring problem in italki when parents just assume that teachers teach everyone. Well, we don't. So with the woman yesterday, I just really had to interject and say, "Sorry, I don't teach children." And she looked really shocked. And she said, "Oh, but my 6-year-old has the mind of a 15-year-old, as if that's much better." And I'm thinking, no. So I said to her, "I'm really sorry, but yeah, come back in 10 years when she's 16. That would be nice if I'm still here." Yeah, I get all kinds of strange mails from students as well. "Dear Teacher Joseph, I'm learning English. How long will it be until I'm fluent?" Do I look like Harry Potter in my profile video? I don't know. At least not without knowing your study schedule and knowing a little bit more about your attitude to learning. Another email I got fairly recently, and this is quite common, is somebody saying, "Hi." I'm thinking, okay, yeah, hi, what are you looking for? And can I be your friend? I'm thinking, can you be my friend? Well, I'd really prefer it if you booked a lesson, but what is it you want? Of course, if they're from a country of a language that I'm learning, I can kind of understand. But there's a lot of spam going around. Oh, there was another one last year. Yeah. I can't remember where this woman was from. She appeared and her profile picture was very, very suggestive. She did book a lesson with me, but her profile picture, it was someone wearing, I think it was a bathing costume or something like this. And when she booked the lesson, italki, of course, accept the lessons automatically. I immediately wrote to her and said, "I'm sorry, but your profile picture is not in keeping with someone that I would be expecting is learning a language." And she said, "No one's ever said that to me before." I said, "I don't need to see bits of your body for you to be learning a language. Can you just change it to a general profile picture or just remove it? Because that really isn't appropriate. There was whole bits of flesh hanging out, which reminds me, I need to go to the butcher's today to buy chicken." Anyway, so my point is, when you deal with different cultures around the world, and especially people who don't have any background in learning, they don't really know how well to behave. Okay, so I'm just using these as a few examples. And that's it. So that's all from me today. I hope you found this helpful. And if you have any comments or feedback, please do let me know. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.